Just a week following her NCAA National Championship appearance, Caitlin Clark was chosen as the top pick in the WNBA Draft, ready to make her mark in the professional realm and potentially invigorate the league at a crucial juncture in its development. The moment her name was announced as drafted by the Indiana Fever and Clark stepped into the spotlight, she emerged as the most highly anticipated rookie the WNBA has seen in years, maybe in league history. Her popularity could surge akin to the impact she's made in women's college basketball, with each logo three-pointer she cashes and every precision pass she executes. At Iowa, Clark's impact transcended her impressive resume, which boasted 3 conference tournament championships, 2 appearances in the national championship, and numerous broken records, including the all-time scoring record in the NCAA Division I. Whenever Clark took the court, it became must-see TV. Arenas were packed to capacity, and TV ratings soared. The WNBA has been steadily ascending in recent seasons with an increase in nationally televised games, higher attendance figures, and greater media coverage. However, Clark is poised to ignite a surge in fan enthusiasm, TV viewership, attendance, and media attention unlike any player before her. While Caitlin Clark will likely need to continue delivering stellar performances and elevate the Indiana Fever from their status as perennial bottom dwellers to further boost the WNBA's economic prospects, initial indications suggest that she will have a large impact. Caitlin Clark's debut in the WNBA couldn't come at a more opportune moment. As the league enters its 28th season, it stands at a crucial juncture that could shape its long-term viability and trajectory. Last fall, it announced the addition of a 13th team and reportedly aims to expand to 16 teams. Charlotte, Toronto, and Denver are leading contenders, while stakeholders from Nashville, Philadelphia, Portland, and South Florida have all expressed interest in adding a team. The future holds a new media rights agreement following the conclusion of the 2025 season. Negotiations for a fresh collective bargaining agreement are likely on the horizon as well. These future discussions will likely encompass potential alterations to league travel, roster sizes, and salaries, including discussions on revenue sharing between players and the league. Should the league's financial landscape improve, something Clark could significantly impact through her potential appeal to sponsors, players could also reap rewards, such as increased playoff bonuses and enhanced travel accommodations. The success of the 2024 draft class, spearheaded by Caitlin Clark, but also featuring other collegiate talents, will undoubtedly leave a lasting imprint on the WNBA. Caitlin Clark has already proven to be a magnet for sponsors, driving record ratings in recent seasons. This, coupled with her formidable skills on the court, underscores the significance of the #1 pick in this year's draft. Even prior to Caitlin Clark's official debut with the Fever, rival teams are already strategizing around her anticipated arrival. For example, the Aces have relocated their July 2nd home game against Indiana from their usual venue to the larger T-Mobile Arena, capable of accommodating an additional 6,000 spectators. The Minnesota Lynx have scheduled Maya Moore's jersey retirement ceremony on the same evening they face the Fever at the end of August. The Phoenix Mercury are actively promoting their initial matchup against Indiana as a showdown between Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark. According to StubHub, ticket sales for the Indiana Fever have surged more than 13-fold compared to the same period last year. The impact of number 22 is already changing things in the WNBA. But of course, this isn't unfamiliar territory for Caitlin Clark, who nearly filled every seat at all but 2 games during her senior year and attracted a crowd of 55,000 fans for an exhibition game held in Iowa's football stadium. However, Clark's influence extends beyond merely selling tickets. She also garners substantial sponsorship deals. With endorsements from major companies like Gatorade, State Farm, and Nike, Clark's financial prospects are promising. As the WNBA heavily relies on partnerships for revenue, Clark's prominence is expected to attract a wave of new companies eager to align themselves with the league, potentially leading to a surge in opportunities for the Fever. Moreover, Clark's impact on TV ratings could hold significant implications for the WNBA's future. Ratings for the league saw an uptick last season, with the finals averaging 728,000 viewers across ABC and ESPN, the highest in 2 decades, by the way. However, Clark's presence is likely to bolster the league's position as it enters negotiations, fueling optimism for its trajectory. South Carolina's victory over Iowa in the championship game was televised on ABC and drew in 18.9 million viewers, peaking at 24.1 million, a remarkable 90% surge from the 2023 title match, and an astounding 289% increase from 2022. ESPN highlighted that this game marked the most watched non-football or Olympic sporting event, men's or women's, college or professional, since 2019. Notably, the game broke viewership records that had been established just days earlier during the national semifinal and Iowa's Elite Eight matchup against LSU. Overall, women's college basketball witnessed record-breaking viewership across 7 different networks during the 23-24 season, with Iowa featuring prominently in each event. At the heart of Caitlin Clark's allure is her exceptional skill in the basketball court. So the real question is this: how good will Caitlin Clark be at the professional level? Will she immediately establish herself as one of the WNBA's elite players? The WNBA's eligibility rule, which mandates that American players must have completed 4 years of college or at least be 22 years old and on track to graduate to enter the draft, results in prospects entering the league significantly more seasoned compared to their one-and-done NBA counterparts. Since 2021, following Caitlin Clark's freshman year at Iowa, she has totally changed as a player. Over the past 3 years, Clark has honed her skills and matured, evident in her consecutive appearances in the national championship game and her accolades as the recipient of both the Naismith and Wooden Awards for National Player of the Year in her junior and senior seasons. The WNBA frequently welcomes generational talent among its rookie ranks, partly due to the age limit. Since 2000, 10 rookies have earned spots on the All-WNBA first or second teams, with Breanna Stewart being the most recent example, back in 2016. In 2002, Sue Bird and Tamika Catchings, both rookies, were named to the All-WNBA first team, although Catchings' inclusion comes with the caveat due to her debut season being sidelined by an ACL injury sustained at Tennessee. However, the significance of rookie contributions may sometimes be undervalued. Last year's #1 pick and teammate of Clark on the Fever, Aaliyah Boston, ranked 8th in the wins above replacement player metric. Boston is one of only 3 rookies to crack the top 10 in WARP since Stewart, alongside Asia Wilson and Afisa Collier. Typically, rookie performances in WARP tend to hover toward the bottom of the top 10. Stewart, placing 3rd in 2016, stands as the sole exception in the past 13 years to break into the top 5. This contrasts sharply with the NBA, where rookie contributions in WARP are scarce. The last rookie to finish in the top 10 in WARP was Tim Duncan, who also secured a spot on the All-NBA team. Now, if you look at a couple of the current top players in the WNBA and compare their stats from their final year in college to their rookie season professionally, there's not much of a statistical drop. However, in ESPN's fantasy projected stats, they predict Clark to average a stat line that would likely win her Rookie of the Year, but it also represents a significant statistical decline compared to college. So what's the difference? Why wouldn't Caitlin Clark maintain similar stats to her college experience? The 2 most common WNBA comparisons to Caitlin Clark is Kelsey Plum and Sabrina Ionescu. Both players were #1 overall selections respectively, Plum in 2017 and Ionescu in 2020. Caitlin Clark surpassed Plum's Division I record for scoring in women's basketball this season, while her tally of 17 career triple-doubles ranks 2nd in D1 history, behind Ionescu's 26. Although both Sabrina Ionescu and Kelsey Plum have evolved into all WNBA performers, even facing off in the finals last year, it took them some time to reach their professional potential. For example, Plum didn't emerge as an all-star until 2022, 5 years after being drafted, and Ionescu made her all-star debut in the same year, during her 3rd WNBA season. Ionescu's trajectory, of course, might have been more immediate had it not been for a severe ankle injury that cut short her rookie season after just 3 games. She had delivered an impressive performance of 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists in just her 2nd WNBA game, but she didn't fully recover until 2022. Both Ionescu and Plum had to adjust their playing style significantly to ascend to stardom, primarily assuming off-ball roles. This sets an intriguing precedent for Clark, who assumed a greater off-ball role at Iowa compared to Ionescu and Plum during their college careers. Given her proficiency in long-range shooting, Clark should excel in moving off the ball from the outset, particularly when playing alongside incumbent Indiana point guard Erica Wheeler. These scenarios could lead to more efficient offense, rather than relying solely on Clark's isolation or the pick and roll against larger, more athletic defenders than those she faced in college. Compared to Ionescu and Plum, Clark stands to benefit from playing alongside more talented teammates in the WNBA from the jump. Despite Ionescu's dominance at Oregon, her usage rate never exceeded 28% on her team's plays. Plum, on the other hand, finished with a 34.5% usage rate as a senior. Caitlin Clark's 40% usage rate this past season, however, surpassed those numbers by a good amount. While Clark maintained efficiency throughout, she will have the opportunity to share the workload and rely more on the talents of Kelsey Mitchell, who averaged a team-high 18.2 points per game last season, and forward Nalissa Smith, who averaged 15.5 points per game of her own. The track record of Ionescu and Plum suggests that it shouldn't be surprising or alarming if Clark doesn't immediately establish herself as one of the WNBA's elite players. However, in many ways, Caitlin Clark has unprecedented potential. How good do you think Caitlin Clark will be as a rookie? Will she excel immediately or take some time to develop? Let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching Sports Pantheon.